I think I'm live. I'm really not sure, but I'll just wait. Let's see if the quality is good enough. Because a lot of people told me that the last live, the quality was really, really, really bad. So we're just making sure the quality works. Last time I had internet issues, like a lot of internet issues. Apparently, this time it's not that good. I'll have to look into changing a streaming software. I don't think there's anything I can do for right now. Mm, I don't know. Is the live on? Ishan and okay. Neha, yes, I understand the last live was really good. But the quality, like the video quality of the last live was really bad from what I understood from people. I'm just gonna try sharing a tab. I really think I should change. Hi, Nehan. Hi. Uh, okay, so for some reason, like this quality is good. Like this seems to be working. But my video is stuck for some reason as well. Okay. Video for Raman Veris has been turned off to save. I did not turn off the video to save bandwidth. That was very weird. Um, yeah, see, only see the things go wrong when like everything goes wrong together. Uh, yeah, weird. Anyways, I'm gonna stop sharing, and we'll try to fix the. I don't. So okay, according to Ria, the video goes bad when I like show up on the main screen. I have no idea why is that happening. But yeah, okay. Next time, you know what? Next time I'm gonna switch to something different. But yeah, okay, cool. I hope the video is now better. But we have no way of knowing. I'm actually confirming through my phone. It's on like 1080 pixels. But eh. Okay, cool. Welcome to Estudly Live number 12. We just spent the last 3 minutes trying to figure out, what was wrong. But yeah, it's still blur. Ria, I do not know what to do. I mean, I could switch to OBS, but that will take up like 10 minutes. But yeah, it's not worth it at this moment. I think I'll just go with. Wait, now it's lagging. Really? Okay. Everyone else, is it just Ria's internet or like everyone else is also having the same issue? There are like six people watching. I don't know. Uh, Ishan, you are the tech person in the chat at the moment. Like, is the video good, bad? No, it's blur. Okay. Kirti says it's blur. Huh. Okay. I guess what? This time we are having low quality live streams. Okay. Let me try. Let me try something else. Let me try if Brave would work. Give me 1 second. See, this is really bad. I'm losing public at this point. Um, okay, I'll stop streaming for a second and I'll stream again. So it shouldn't like just wait for like 30 seconds.
Live streaming is on.
Okay, I have switched the software. Now I'm using Brave Talk. Uh, I don't know if it still works or it's still bad. I think it's still bad, but there's nothing we can do right now. I'm just gonna go ahead with the story. Next time I'll try to fix this. But yeah, guys, I get it. The video is blurred. That's fine. We'll just do with what we have at the moment. As for the co-guest, there is no co-guest today. Everyone bailed out, so it's just me, and let's see what happens. Okay. Okay, cool. So the first story is well, it's fun. Let's go with the first story. Let me share my screen. I hopefully it works. Um, okay, first we start with a little gaming story. Okay, now the gaming story this time is basically Activision Blizzard. There's a deal for Activision Blizzard. Okay, Microsoft, they went ahead and got Activision Blizzard for $68.6 billion. Okay, that's sorry, $68.7 billion. So close to $69. But yeah, they is my screen visible? How does everything go wrong at the same time? Is my screen visible? Oh, my screen is not visible, is it? Yeah, I know. Hopefully my screen should be visible right now. I'm just gonna confirm. Yeah, see, everything is going wrong. I'm having a bad day, guys. Okay, anyways, as I was saying, $68.7 billion. Okay, that's the deal. They made a deal, and yeah, Microsoft basically just bought Activision and Blizzard. Okay, now it's not a good thing because now there's zero competition in the gaming market. Now it's just Sony, you know, and basically PlayStation versus Xbox at this point. So yeah, so close to greatness, $69 billion. But yeah, I mean, I know PS5 took a heavy hit. I understand, but yeah. So now Minecraft, Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, one of the top 10 games basically now are owned by Microsoft. So yeah, if you're into gaming and stuff, this news is for you. If not, well, that's fine. We're gonna move on to the next news. Okay. So, some European carriers are already blocking Apple's privately relay feature on the iPhone. Now, if you own an iPhone, with the latest iOS update, basically there's a new feature which basically an Apple's VPN. Okay, iCloud Private Relay. It's basically a VPN, and it's finally they will fix bugs in COD. I wouldn't hold my breath, but hopefully. But yeah, so basically, Apple's private relay feature is not working on European carriers. By European carriers, it's just basically the SIM card companies. They are blocking apparently, but it's I believe it's an Apple bug at this moment. But yeah, if you live in Europe and if you have an iPhone and if you pay for iCloud, this applies to you. Otherwise, you couldn't care less. Even people with MacBook, this should apply to you because iCloud Private Relay is kind of a good feature, but I don't know. Just use a VPN. Okay, T-Mobile also begins to blocking like iPhone users from enabling iCloud Private Relay in the US. So if you're in the US, if you have an iPhone and if you use iCloud, this belongs to you. But yeah, that's basically it. Once again, as I'm saying, it's not actually blocking iCloud. Yeah, like there are conflicting tech newses. It's basically fault on Apple's system. It's an Apple bug. They should just fix it. But yeah, moving on to the next story is Apple clarify. It's the same story. Okay, Apple clarifies that iCloud Private Relay wording in iOS 15.3 to prevent confusion over carrier support. Uh, but yeah, I use iCloud, but I do not understand it. That's fine. See, private relay. It's just a VPN. Like you could have, let's say, Proton VPN, and it would work. But yeah, you know what? Enough of Apple stories. Yeah, never mind. Next one, California town announces data breach involving police department and road providers. Okay, so basically, a town in California now they have a data breach of police department, and this is what I keep on talking about. Now, if one branch of the government gets a data breach, what do? Like, like police might have a lot of data, and now that data is gone. So let's see what was the information investment provided to Grass Valley Police Department had their names. Now you might think that, hey, listen, Aman, I'm not a criminal. Police will not have my info. Actually, that's not correct. You don't have to be a criminal. You can also be a victim of a crime, right? You can also be someone who is, I don't know, just was a witness in a crime. They will have your information. So your names, your social security numbers, basically, Aadhaar card equivalent, and driver's license numbers, financial account information, payment card information, health insurance information, passport numbers, and more is lost in the breach. And to quote a very dear friend, as Ishan says, existence is pain. Yes. Yeah, for regards to this, it is. But yeah, if your data is out there, there's a good chance it's gonna get breached. Even if the government has it, it's still bad. Okay, moving. Okay, chaining. Okay, you know what? Moving on. Time to update. Apple releases an iOS 15.2.1 bug fix. We talked about this specific bug fix. So what usually happened is last time we had this news that basically HomeKit owners were logged out of their houses because you cannot open a door because of they were kept on getting hacked. But yeah, now they have fixed that vulnerability. So if you are on iOS and if you use HomeKit and if you use smart devices, go and update your phone. Okay, and then just a good thing in general, guys. If your phone has an update, Android users won't be able to relate, because we don't get any updates. But if your phone has an update, if your Windows has an update, if your MacBook or Linux has an update, please update it. Okay, if there are like see I people open their Play Store, right, and they have like 31 updates remaining or 31 updates pending, and they don't update their apps, and I'm like, why? Right? So please just just it's very easy. All you have to do is you have to open Play Store. Actually, hold on, you have to open Play Store. Okay, not that big of a deal. You open Play Store, you click on your face, you click on manage apps and devices, and then you click on apps. Okay, that's very simple, the second option, and you update your apps. Okay, you can just click on for check for updates and it will check. Okay, oh, there's an update. See, there's an update for Tailscale and KDE Connect. You should update your apps. That's basically it. I didn't have to say this out loud on live, but please update your apps. Okay, moving on to the next story. The next story is LastPass. Now, do you guys in the Connect have any idea what LastPass is? I mean, the tech people, okay, Jainik and Ishan would know. But LastPass is a password manager. Okay. Now, when I tell you guys to, go and get a password manager and use a password manager, do not use LastPass. Okay. Now, LastPass, they are basically, what they are doing is they're holding the user's passwords hostage if they do not go for, pricing plans, if they do not go for expensive plans. Okay, and that's a very bad thing. So basically you save your passwords, right? You forget your password because you are saving it in a password manager, and LastPass has the audacity to not give you your password back unless you pay money. See, this is why you should not use proprietary software. Okay, and that is why this will always be an issue. So always remember, guys, as Ishan said, Bitwarden supremacy. Use Bitwarden. Bitwarden is free. Bitwarden doesn't cost you anything, and Bitwarden is open source for the most part. So just put your passwords in a password manager, but do not use LastPass. Okay. Yeah, Bitwarden also comes up with like premium features if you want. I am a premium Bitwarden user. You don't have to use it. You can just pay it if you want, but don't use LastPass. Okay, you might as well just use the Google Chrome password manager. That's even it's it's better than nothing. But yeah, Akash says Google Password Manager. It's better than nothing. Just might as well use that. But use a password manager. Okay, do not be that friend who just uses the same password everywhere. Uh, okay, Ishan and Jainik, they are having their own show. Yeah, I should call them up on live, but cool. Okay, moving on to the next story. And see, every time I share my screen, something's gonna go wrong. But let's see. I'll just wait if the okay, yeah, the screen is shared. Cool. Okay, moving on to the next story. Yeah, apparently there is a bug in a software. Like there's a company which makes dash cams, right? And you can technically locate anyone's car cam, like any dash cam with their exact GPS location anywhere in the world. Okay, so it's basically now this issue is like what, I mean, how is that even possible? So basically this is a issue which has been for like years and years. It's basically people using default passwords. Now you might be thinking, what do you mean default passwords? Now see, if you open your router's page, Your default password, I can bet, would be something like, admin or admin1234 or user or, one of those variations. Now that's your router password. Now if I was on your, network, I could just use that password and I could have access to the entirety of network. I could see everything you are doing. Okay. So change your default passwords first of all. Change default passwords for every single device you have, be it a smart bulb, be it a Google Assistant, or be it your router. Change default passwords, because if you do not, anyone can get access to it. Okay. That's just a general security tip. But yeah, that's what basically happened in this story. People did not change the default passwords to their dash cams, and as the dash cams were giving away their exact GPS coordinates, uh, that's just basically it. You can just get a free account and you can just watch people driving in their cars. Very bad vulnerability, but it is what it is. Change your default password, guys. Okay, moving on to the next story is Microsoft January 2022 Patch Tuesday fixes 6 0-day vulnerabilities and 97 flaws. So it was Patch Tuesday. We talked about this uh, before 2 weeks, that hey, Patch Tuesday is coming up, and Patch Tuesday is basically just like, hey, Microsoft's gonna sit down and gonna update all the vulnerabilities, all the issues in the Windows 10 and 11. Don't know why you should be using Windows 10 and 11, but if you do use it, update your update your computer, guys. It's not that difficult. You just go to settings, you just go to update and update your computer. Okay. And it's even better. So if you update your computer right now, it won't try to update itself when you are actually working. So yeah, or maybe just use Linux, so you won't have to restart your computer after every update. But yeah, Ishan would have something to say about it, probably. Okay, moving on to the next story. Guys, once again, update your computers. If you have a Windows 10 or Windows 11, just go to update, install security updates. Okay, super important. Moving on to the research section, a Raspberry Pi can detect malware by scanning for electromagnetic waves, basically. So basically, a Raspberry Pi is a very small computer. It's not that, you know what, I can actually show you guys that computer. Give me a second. Just hold on a second. I think I have it somewhere. See, this is why I shouldn't like make commitments on live. But this is not a Raspberry Pi, but it is quite close to it. It's an ESP8266 module. I am actually searching for the Raspberry Pi as well, but I don't find it. But what this basically can do is it can scan for Wi-Fi networks, and it can actually change them if you want to. Basically, it's like a Wi-Fi jammer if you want. And I cannot find my Raspberry Pi right now. It should be here somewhere, but yeah, it's in a mess. But anyways, see, this is an ESP8266 module. Okay, you know what this does is, basically it just takes, like, it can scan for Wi-Fi networks, it can scan for electromagnetic waves, basically everything around us, and it can stop those waves. It can overflood the entire system, and it can make sure it's basically a Wi-Fi jammer. Okay, it's used for smart devices and all that stuff. But yeah, that's basically it. Also, if someone's wondering that, hey, how much does this cost, you'd be surprised. You know what, people guess, how much do you think this costs? Like, how much do you think? 1,000, 2,000? How much do you think I paid for this? And while you guess in the chat, I'm gonna search for my Raspberry Pi. Hold on. Okay, I have, okay, someone said 800, someone said 400. Okay, that's close. Also, I found my Raspberry Pi, so that's nice. And Ishan, I have no idea what that is going on, but okay. Someone said, okay, where are the other? There are like 7 people watching. Okay, Raspberry Pi price is around 800. That okay, so they've said okay, 500. Okay, this is my Raspberry Pi. It's a very small computer. I hope you guys can see it on the screen. It's basic. See, we went from tech news to Raspberry Pi, but hang it for a minute, okay? So basically, it's a mini computer, okay? So there's an HDMI jack, and it's like very small. So compared to my hand, like if you see, it's like a very small device, and it could basically you can just hide it somewhere. And this can be so it has I don't know, it has 500 megabytes of RAM. It has no storage. So basically it just works on an SD card. Okay, so this is an SD card, and it just works on like 32 gigs of hard disk. And the CPU is very powerful. It has like 1 gigahertz of CPU, and it has, I don't know, one core. But yeah, this is not a Raspberry Pi 3. This is a Raspberry Pi Zero. It has inbuilt Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, and I have used. Okay, now what's the point of me showing you this? Basically, do you see these pins? Do you see these holes on here? Now, some of these holes are for radio. Okay, so you can actually use something like an earphones, your headphones. You can connect this wire to here, like actual wires, and you can broadcast to the radio range. Okay, so basically you can actually broadcast radio from this device, the radio that you hear, like let's say 98.3 FM or whatever. I can broadcast my own radio station from this if I want to. I just need a long enough antenna. Okay, so the other pins on them, they can be used to broadcast electromagnetic signals and can also be used to get off data from the environment. Okay, this is what basically this does as well. Now if you notice, it has pins as well. Okay, so if you use two of them together, you can in theory monitor the entire network without even being connected to the actual network. Okay, so you can just, let's say, go to I don't know, you can just put this in your backpack. Yes, that those are GPIO pins. That is correct. Okay, GPIO pins are useful for so many things. Okay, it's like from home automation to like making a weather station. See, with a Raspberry Pi, you guys can do basically anything, whatever you want. But yeah, so what you can do is they have these covers. Okay, these small, cute covers. I'm gonna try to. Okay, so you take this. Okay, you take this. You put this somewhere along with this. You use a power bank to power it off. It doesn't need much energy. Okay, it just uses a micro B. You use this, you put this somewhere, let's say in a college library. Okay, or maybe you put this in a, let's say, a busy railway station or a bus station, and you just keep it there and you let it collect all the information. Okay, now you come it and you pick it up, or maybe you just transfer information over the internet. But guess what, you can now just have all the information, all the traffic that happened in those hours. Like this costs okay, I asked for the price. This cost me 1000. Okay, this Raspberry Pi along with this case, this cute case, it cost me 1000. And this is just like 225. That's a 225. Okay, that's ESP module 8266 225. It can be used to jam radio waves and basically Wi-Fi. Yeah, Ishan, you are correct. You can use it to convert it to a USB rubber ducky, but do not get this. These are sold out. Uh, you They will cost you like 2000 right now, even though they are like 700. Go for Raspberry Pi Pico, which is like a 300 rupee Raspberry Pi. It's like a very small. You can make a USB rubber ducky. But yeah, for people thinking what's a USB rubber ducky, I am not gonna go into depth with for that right now. This became a hardware tech channel for a minute, but no, we are not a hardware tech channel. Going back to the, I'm not getting it. Okay, just wanted to know. No worries. But yeah, 300 rupees for a USB rubber ducky. That's very cheap. I personally think that's very cheap. But yeah, don't order them from Amazon. They will mess up your order. But yeah, going back to the tech news, basically what the tech news, as we were talking about, is that Raspberry Pi can detect malware. Okay, it can detect viruses without even being on the same computer. You can just keep this next to your computer or like very far away, and you will see if that computer has viruses. And I think that is very freaking awesome. Uh, so yeah, that's the research. That's why Raspberry Pi. Also, get this. This is a very good tool for learning something. But yeah, we are kind of getting sidetracked. Moving on to the next story is no one reads the terms of service. Okay, not surprised. No one reads the terms of service. Lawmakers want to fix that with a TLDR bill. Okay, now a TLDR is just too long, didn't read. TLDR, the acronym stands for too long, didn't read, and that means that they just want like a TLDR section at the end of terms and service that hey, you don't have time to read the entire thing, just read this part. Okay, that's basically it. And yeah, moving on to the next story is Europol ordered to erase data on those who are not linked to the crime. So as I talked about, you don't have to be a criminal for these government agencies to have your data. You can just be a witness, you can just be a victim, you can just be related or maybe friends with a criminal. But yeah, so Europol ordered all the agencies that hey, just delete the data. You don't need the data on people who are not linked to the crime. So that's a good step in the privacy department. But yeah, just how scary it could be. Next story is Mozilla. I have no idea what people at Mozilla are doing, but new year, new privacy protection for Firefox on Android. They have just updated their app. Check it out. They have cookie protection and stuff. I do not know what Firefox is doing at this point. I have no idea. Firefox used to be, see, one of the core competitors in the browser market, but Mozilla is, yeah, I don't, whatever. I'm going to move on to the next video. I'm so disappointed by Firefox at this point. Okay, moving on. Fake QR codes on parking meters. Okay, City of Austin is warning about QR codes stuck to parking meters that take people to fraudulent payment sites. Now, this is kind of similar to what happened in India. So, some temples, some places of worship. Oh my God, could I get in trouble for talking about this? I don't know. People do not take lightly to when I talk about government, but now I'm talking about religion. Okay, so some people, uh, the places of worship, they now have a QR code due to the COVID system. Now you can donate using your UPI, so you just scan and you pay. Okay, that's nice. I think if you want to donate to a charitable cause, that's nice. Just use the QR code. Okay, that's nice. But there is an obvious security flaw. People or someone could just put up a QR code which doesn't actually go, that money doesn't actually go to that charitable organization, but it goes to you. Okay, so for example, and just a disclaimer, this is an entirely hypothetical situation. I'm just talking as if from a hacker's point of view. But I could just go there. I could use a QR code and I could put it there, and people would scan it thinking that, hey, the money is going there, but instead the money is coming towards me. Now, you might be thinking, Aman, really? Like, UPI is traceable. Like, if they send that money, they will figure it out that it was you. Well, not exactly. I can keep on changing my QR codes, I can keep on changing my UPI IDs. But yeah, sooner or later, that's how UPI works. There is going to be a record of all the payments, but that's not how that's not how it works in the different countries. Okay, now it could be a Bitcoin QR code. I could just put up a QR code saying that, hey, you can pay Bitcoin here to donate to this charitable cause, but that money is going to me and not the actual charity. Once again, it's a scam, and that's what's happening in Austin, Texas. Okay, people are putting QR codes on parking meters that's, hey, you want to park your car here, you can pay directly to the government by scanning this QR code, but the QR code money doesn't go to the government. So something to watch out for. Do not scan random QR codes. Yes, even scanning a QR code can get you hacked. But yeah, also, as Ishan put it down in the chat, GDPR is so good in the EU. Uh, Ishan, I don't know if you know, but EU is cracking down on privacy at this point. Like, they do not want end-to-end encryption. So yeah, one man's trash is another man's heaven. But yeah, moving on to the next story. I do not want daily. Okay. Hotel chain switches to Chrome OS to recover from ransomware attack. Now, see, this is something that we talk about, every now and then. That hey, privacy versus security. Now, if you use Chrome OS, you are very secure. Someone said here that hey, you can just use the Google. Akash said it that you can just use the Google's password manager. That is very secure. I'm telling you, if you use one of the Google services, that is very secure, but it's bad for your privacy. Okay, privacy and security are not the same thing, they are different things. Okay, and privacy also, it depends. Do you want privacy from the government? Do you want privacy from the company? Do you want privacy from like individuals? And security, it goes the same way. Do you want security from the government? Do you want security from an organization, from a company, uh, some like from individuals? Now some people like Ishan, they are like, hey, there is no privacy, maybe security is there. Uh, i I am not that as pessimistic as Ishan. I have to respectfully disagree. But yeah, at least the security. So yeah, they moved to Chrome OS. Chrome OS is one of the most secure OSs out there. Uh, but yeah, this it's the see institutions have to switch to different OSs. Like the OS they use has to do a lot with how an institution works. Now, if you use an outdated operating system, that means you do not care as much as about the tech or the technology in general. But yeah, that's just it about the story. Moving on to the last few stories, and then we have to talk about Tor browser and OnionShare. Also, yeah, just the last story. Okay, so this is kind of a fun story. People say that, hey, Aman, you don't do a lot of Indian news. So this is me doing an Indian news. Indian patchwork hacking group infects itself with a remote access Trojan. Now, this has to be the most funniest thing I read in a long time. So, there's an Indian hacking group. They are malicious hackers, and they somehow managed to hack themselves. I don't know how you would do that. They somehow sent a virus to themselves and they got hacked, which is one of the most funniest thing I've ever heard and one of the most desiest thing I've ever heard. But yeah, that's make of it what you will. Okay, Indian hackers, at least the malicious one, there are a lot of nice ethical hackers, but at least the malicious hackers in India, what are you guys doing, really? Like, learn something from the Chinese hackers, come on. Okay, now that's yeah, see, I don't have a co-host to stop me from making these statements, but yeah, whatever. Okay, going on to our main segment for today, which is the Tor browser and OnionShare. Okay, so the dark web. Also, Ishan sent a comment chat. Unless we all use FOSS, there is no privacy. Just to unpack what Ishan is saying, FOSS is basically free and open source software. In fact, it doesn't have to be free. You can just use open source software and you can donate to the developers. Once again, that you can do that if you want. But yeah, free and open source software goes a long way. If something is open source, that means 9 out of 10 times it's mostly secure. But yeah, okay, go for open source softwares. Brave for the most part is open. Even Chromium is open source, but Chrome is not. So yeah, even Android is open source. If you think about it, Android is open source, and then Google builds on top of that. And but that is not open source. But yeah, it's a mess. Moving on to the next final segment of today, which is OnionShare. Now, when I talk about OnionShare, you guys are gonna cry. Okay, that's one bad joke out of the way. But yeah, OnionShare is basically the exact same thing as a Tor browser. Okay, now you might have heard about the Tor browser. You might have thought about that. Hey, what is dark web and all that stuff? So let me just share my screen. Now it should be okay. The screen would be a little bit messy because the Tor browser does not like to resize itself. So for some reason that it's gonna be bigger and smaller. Okay, don't worry about that. Okay, so this is Tor browser. Okay, this is how you access the dark web. Now you might be thinking, oh man, dark web is filled with criminals and such. No, okay, dark web is a place which was made for security and privacy. Okay, this is the onion router. This is made for anonymity. This is where journalists and this is where activists and everyone goes to just hang out and chill. No, this is where they go to work. uh is this a good idea to live stream dark web? Ishan, I'm not see when I say dark web, there's something with the algorithm on YouTube that when someone says dark web or hacking or something, the live stream just jumps up. But no, I'm not gonna live stream the dark web. I just wanted to show you guys what the Tor browser is. Tor browser can be used to access the dark web. Now, obviously, it can be Tor is slow. Yes, Tor is slow, but see the reason. Okay, you know what? Okay, I'm just gonna do it. What is my IP address? Okay, so if I do this, when I search for what is my IP address, you might be like, "Hey, is Aman gonna leak his own IP address?" No, don't worry. Also, my IP address is not static room. Also, Ishan red rooms do not exist. That's just a yeah. We don't have time to unpack all of that. But let's see what my oh god. I have to prove that I am human. Let's see. Let's wait. It's really slow that it won't even let me prove. Okay, we'll just try a different website then. Also, the Tor network is really slow, guys. So don't worry. Hitman services. Ishan, are you trying to get me demonetized? Like, even just typing that in the chat is gonna screw me over, but okay, no worries. See, now as you can see, my IP address is basically in some town. It's in Italy. I can't even pronounce what place this is, right? But as you can see, my internet traffic, and hopefully I'm not lagging. I don't think I'm lagging. My internet traffic is going through a lot of nodes. Okay, so we can actually see what is happening. So my internet traffic is going through a bridge. Now I have to use a bridge because the Indian government is blocking the Tor. Okay, I don't know, Ishan. I'll just ask this to you. But I don't know, for some reason the GTPL connection does not allow Tor to like go pass through, so I have to use a bridge. I don't know if that's the same for you, but let me know. Okay. Anyway, so I go through a bridge which goes to Germany, which goes to Netherlands, which goes to this specific website, and the entire traffic comes back to me. Okay. Now, this is, well, basically, it's how you stay safe on the internet. This is the Tor browser, okay? This is the dark web. Now, this is me visiting a normal website, okay? There's nothing dark web about it. But if I actually go to, see, you can visit .com sites, okay? But the thing about dark web is you can visit the .onion websites, okay? So I'm just going to search for DuckDuckGo onion website. Hopefully, why should common people worry about privacy? That is a very nice question. Let me get to that. I have no idea if I should like live stream this. I think I should stop sharing my screen. Give me a second. Uh, you never know, okay, what shows up on the dark web, man. I don't want to get demonetized on the YouTube. So I'll just wait for everything to load up and then share my screen. Ishan was correct, turns out. Uh, you should not live stream dark web. You never know. Uh, oh, Ishan has a good point. I'll unpack. I'll get back to that. But let me share my screen again. The reason I am so much worried about not sharing my screen is because on the dark web you never know what will like just show up in front of you. Dark web stream should be pre-recorded. I know. I'm just okay. Do not. I know I should pre-record this, but me being me, yeah, I've seen weird stuff as well. Okay, moving on to the dark. So this is basically, if you see, this is the link. Okay, at the end it ends with a .onion. Okay, now this link is supposedly very secure because now your entire connection is going through so many different browsers. So let's see. My browser is connected to a bridge which goes to Spain, which goes to United States, and then there are three relays. We do not know the IP address of this. uh we can share only info. Okay. Yeah. Okay, as I was saying, the entire connection goes through a lot of relays on the dark web. Okay, it goes to relays on the dark web, which goes to DuckDuckGo, and from DuckDuckGo, it goes to the relays again. And my information is encrypted in such a way that if I was to check my traffic right now, it would not make sense. It would be encrypted traffic. Now, I will make a video about this because on the live stream, I do not want to like open up Wireshark and stuff, which we are getting into hacking space at this moment. But this is what the dark web is. Okay. Now, why are we talking about the dark web? So the reason I'm showing you the dark web thing is because I wanted to show you a software which is named OnionShare. Okay. Now, what is OnionShare? You might have heard about torrenting, where you can share a file, like you can torrent it to the world. If you have to share a file with someone, okay, let's see, you want to share a very sensitive file. Okay, now you can share it using WhatsApp, which I wouldn't trust. Mark Zuckerberg can look at it. You can share it using Gmail, which is not a good idea given your email is not private. You can share it using Proton Mail, but the file you don't know, you have to make an account. You can share it using one of those services, we transfer something, but your file is not encrypted. If that link goes to someone, they can just download it. So what do you do? How do you share something that is so sensitive? Okay, so that's where OnionShare comes up with. Oh, Nehan says Telegram. Telegram is not end-to-end encrypted, so technically the owner of Telegram can see what you shared, but so yeah, you shouldn't use. Onion is secure, but it is impossible to track. It is not impossible to track. It can also be tracked. Akash, that's not true. See, whenever you hear people getting tracked using Tor browser, it's not because people were not it's not because it's the fault of Tor browser. It's because people were not being careful. Their information was leaked from somewhere else. Let's say if they put their email on their Tor browser, if I use my Tor browser to open up my Google account, it's on me. It's my stupidity that I decided to open up my Google account. I decided to put my email address somewhere. So if they do get hacked, it's because of their very small, very stupid, whatever actions. Okay. Now, OnionShare. Okay, I'm going to finally share my screen for OnionShare. Okay, now what is OnionShare? OnionShare is a program. It's an open source program. Okay, it is based on Tor. Uh, okay, it is based on Tor. Okay, so basically what it does is you can share your files and you can be private with it. Okay, so there could be a very sensitive file. Let's say a list of passwords which I want to share with Ishan. I can generate a link. I can share it with Ishan, and then Ishan can just access that file. Okay. I can make a dead drop. I can receive files as well. So basically, I'll just set up a server and anyone can go there and just put in files that they want to send it to me, which will go through the dark web, which is more secure. Now you might be like, why would you want to receive files like that way? Shouldn't the other person just start sharing and then send you the link? No, this is a dead drop. So it basically what it means is, let's say if I'm a news website, let's say I'm a news outlet, or maybe I'm a journalist, I need access to some sensitive documents, or I need news. Okay, and there are reporters out there who want to upload their news somewhere, but they don't have a good enough connection, so they just go to one of these servers, they just put in all the information, then they just leave. Okay, that's what you can use it for, receiving files. You can host your own website. Okay, you can host your own website on the dark web, and actually, you know what, I'm gonna try to do that. So I'm gonna generate, I don't know, let's see if I can do it on the spot. Most companies store their database in dark web. That's the deep web, Akash. That's not the dark web. Those are very two different things. Shade, what is OSINT framework? I heard about it somewhere. OSINT is just open source intelligence. It just means that you use the open source, like, you just use intelligence from everywhere to find information about a target. That's basically what OSINT means. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna share my terminal. Now, people who are not used to programming, do not freak out. Let's hope that. Okay, cool. I hope you guys can see my terminal. Now, all I'm gonna do. Okay, wow, the mouse pointer is really big on this one. Hold on. Yeah, I have never tried live coding, but I think I should try at this point. Okay, so it's very simple. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a very simple dark web website. Okay, show hidden wiki. Ishan, I'm not gonna show hidden wiki homepage. Okay, anyways, okay, so I'm gonna create a very simple website. Okay, I'm gonna use HTML. Now, people who might have learned HTML when they were younger, good for you. So I'm just gonna say hello. This is my Estudely dark web website. Okay, I'm just gonna write that in capital. I do not care about anything else, so I'm just gonna close the HTML tag. Now you might be thinking, Aman, where's the body tag? I'm not gonna bother with it. I'm just gonna save this. Yes, and then enter. So it is up there somewhere index.html. Okay, that's the file that I want to use. I'm going to use that. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Also, it's not such a good idea to show my but yeah, whatever. Sharing my screen, onion share. I'll just share this very quickly. Okay, now the option, I want to host my website, right? So I'm just gonna click on host a website, start hosting. I'll just click on add files. Okay, it's just one single file. I'll just go where the file is located, index.html. I'm just gonna open this, and I'll make sure that it's a public. So if you guys want to actually see my website right now, you can. Uh, do not send content security policy header. Save this tab, and is a what's the title of the website? Estudely live. Okay, this is how you create website, guys. And I'm gonna start sharing. We'll give it a few seconds. um okay, see, funny how this changed into like website making. But I'm gonna okay, you know what, I think I'll share the link on the chat. So this is the link to my dark web page. If you want to go there and just visit, you can. I'm gonna open up my Tor browser, and let's try to turn on my camera. So that's the link to my website. Now this might not, so people, if you're watching a live replay, it might not work because I'll just shut down my Onion service, uh, for security reasons. So I'm just gonna go to my website, and let's see what happens. Okay, we'll wait for it to load. It might take a while because oh yeah, it's done. So this is my website on the dark web. Ishan is like browser 6 going dark. So basically, my browser is connecting to a bridge which is going to Germany, which is going to Netherlands, which is going through three different relays, which is going to my website. And that's basically it. That's my website, guys. Hello, this is my Easterly dark web website. That has to be the most basic website. But yeah, I just created a website on the dark web without much hassle. So yeah, OnionShare, you can use it to do this if you want. But yeah, that's how you create a website on the dark web. Also, see, the thing about the Tor, the Tor network is you don't need to buy a domain. Technically, you don't need to buy a domain. You don't need to buy hosting services since you are hosting this on your server. Now, I can host this on my dedicated server, which I have in the cloud. But just for doing some quick work, this is running off my laptop. Like all your network queries are technically going through my laptop, and I don't know if the Onion share has like, oh, it doesn't. But yeah, it's every data is going through my laptop. Uh so this is a very quick, dry and dirty solution if you want. But yeah, that's basically it. If you want to download the Onion share, let me actually also share the link to it. um Okay, let me share my camera. Okay, cool. Okay, so basically, if you want to download OnionShare, it's very simple. You just go to onionshare.org. I'm just gonna close out all the tabs. Okay, and all you have to do is you just click on download. Okay, it's very simple, and you just download for whatever you have. So if you have Windows, click on download. If you have Mac OS, which I have, just click on download. And if you have Linux, see, now this is one of those times that if you have Linux, it's much easier for you. Okay, if you have Linux, it's a very simple command. Okay, so let's say if you have I don't know, let's see. Oh, you don't need to do this. Okay, so if you have Linux, you can technically directly use pip install OnionShare. You can use a Flatpak. You can use do not use a Snap. Snap is bad. Okay, but you can technically, use one of these. But yeah, it's possible. You can use it in the command line interface as well. But yeah, that's basically it. That's OnionShare. That's how you make a website. I'm gonna keep the website running for a little while you guys, like, if you guys decide to, like, go to that website. You can also download the Tor browser on your Android if you want, like on your phone. It should work, but yeah, whatever. Anyways, that's basically. Oh, okay. There's one more functionality. I almost forgot. I'm just gonna let me share it again. Oh, but I'll have to disable my webs. I don't think I'll have to wait. Let me check. So what I'll do is, You can not only just create a new website on the dark web, you can create it. Oh, do they provide multiple tabs? Oh, they do. Okay. You can also make a chat room. Okay. You can make a chat room on the dark web if you think about it. Wait, I got someone's Telegram message. Nehan texted me on Telegram with a photo, and it works. Okay. See, it works, guys. I'm telling you, it works. Anyways, so basically you can make a chat server if you ever wanted to make your own chat server which is like 100% private. You can just use this. Increase phone volume for once and speak. I don't understand. Jeet, are you, is my voice not proper? Am I not audible properly? Change the title of the video. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. I'm so confused. Jeet, are you telling me, am I not audible properly, guys? Okay, all good. Okay. Jeet, do not do that on live. Anyways, so yeah, you can chat if you want. You can make a chat room on the dark web. Let's say if you want to, like, talk securely with someone. Let's say you want to not use Telegram or WhatsApp or something, one of those thousand different chat apps. You can use the dark web to chat. And I think personally that's a really good deal. Like, this is as secure as you get for chatting. Okay. No one, okay, I shouldn't say no one, but the chances of you having a secure conversation is very high. But yeah, I'm just gonna try to start a chat server. We'll give it a few seconds. I just want you to, like, I just want to show you how it looks like. Okay, I'm gonna share my Tor window, and I know I should have, like, made a video about this, but whatever. Okay, so on the Tor website, you can just, do a new tab. I'm just gonna open the chat window, and we'll let it load. We'll give it a few seconds. As I also, Tor is incredibly slow for obvious reasons, because your data goes through like 7 different relays. But yeah, now you can, just type something if you want. That's it. Okay. Yeah, I changed my name, but yeah, see, you can just chat if you want. But yeah, you can do that. I'm not gonna create a chat server for Estudely because, for obvious reasons, no. But yeah, that's basically it. Okay, that's it for the live. Unless someone has any questions about privacy, you can stay back. But yeah, that's it for the live. Okay, I hope all of you had fun. All of you understood something new about, maybe, like a ESP8266 module or Raspberry Pi. If you want links to those, like if you want to actually buy this, let me know in the comments, or just reach out to me on Telegram. I'll point you to, like, where you can buy this if you want. Or if you want to learn more about OnionShare, if you want me to make a video about it, I'll make it if you want. Okay, unless I'm not gonna waste my time on it. But yeah, that's basically it. I'm gonna stop the servers as well. But yeah, let me know if this is something that was interesting for you. And that's it. Thank you so much for joining the live. Next time, there is a surprise guest, but I'm not gonna make too many promises. But yeah, that's basically it. Thank you so much for joining. Everyone, have a good night, and this is me calling a day. That's it. Thank you so much for watching.